Hi, Lindsay here from whosparentingwho.com, and as I mentioned in my previous post, I want to delve further into the issue of fears and the fears we have as parents, specifically related to fears related to the death or potential death of our child. Because so much of what we're told to do as parents and the advice that we're given seems to be really based on fears rather than anything factual. At least that's what I've noticed. So when you think about SIDS, for example, we're told really to worry about SIDS or essentially that our baby could die randomly any time during the first year. And there's a ton of theories out there as to what causes SIDS, but no one actually knows why SIDS occurs. So despite there being no actual factual information or known causes, there are a ton of recommendations and opinions and some very stern positions on what we need to do as parents in order to prevent SIDS. So for example, co-sleeping. The Public Health Agency of Canada, on one hand, states that co-sleeping actually increases your risk of SIDS. And on the other hand, the World Health Organization actually says that co-sleeping can help prevent SIDS. So that's just one example of the conflicting information, types of conflicting information that's out there. So how are we supposed to make decisions to keep our kids safe and alive as parents if there's really no accurate information to rely on? For our family, we broke many of the rules by North American standards in terms of how to prevent SIDS or related to SIDS. So with our daughter Haley, she slept in our bed. When she went into the crib, she was covered with blankets because she hated to be swaddled and we wanted to keep her warm. And she preferred to sleep on her tummy rather than her back. So it was really at that point, so around the 1 to 2 month mark, that we really my husband and I had a frank discussion about our views on SIDS and our views on death. So what really gave us the courage to sort of go against the typical advice given and recommendations by experts, and what really gave us the courage to stop worrying about SIDS was that we chose to face our fears instead, rather than worry about trying to control the situation, because there really wasn't any clear direction on how to do that. So that led to a very interesting and candid discussion between my husband and I related to our fears, specifically about Haley dying. So the very first step that we took to decrease our worry was actually having a discussion about our beliefs in the afterlife. So that was really interesting because I grew up in a Christian household and my husband grew up in a household that really didn't have any belief system and sort of foo-fooed everything that wasn't based in facts. So the conversation actually didn't take a religious turn to it. It was just about our very fundamental beliefs, our core beliefs. So for us, the conclusion that we came to, and both of us believe this, is that there's something more after we die and that it's good. So really, that's what it boiled down to for us. There's really no question in our minds whether it's true, and you may disagree, and that's totally 100% okay, but this is what we believe. So we believe that there's more to this experience on this planet, and after we leave this planet, there's something good that's coming. What that something good ultimately looks like, whether it looks like heaven in sort of the way it's described in the religious context or not, it doesn't really matter to us. We won't know the details really until we die ourselves, so why bother worrying about them right now? So we were comfortable with the conclusion that really, in terms of the person dying, they were in for something good. So what we realized that our fears related to SIDS specifically, or just actually our views on the potential of Haley dying in general, is that we weren't actually fearful for Haley. We believed that even if she were to die, regardless of the age, she would be okay. So that was a really interesting and powerful conclusion for us, because it made us realize that our fears were more related to us as parents and what we were doing. And we realized that they were actually related to fear of failure and fear of judgment. So I'll delve into those in a future post. So I'll leave it at that for the moment. So if you are worried and find yourself being stressed and fearful of your child dying, whether it's SIDS or something else entirely, I would really encourage you to start by reflecting on your beliefs in the afterlife. I know it really worked for us and helped us make the decisions that we made that we thought were best for Haley, but sort of went against the norms or what we were told to believe by experts. And if you don't believe in the afterlife, that's totally okay. This exercise really will help you start to get a better sense of what your fears are actually related to. So as always, I would love to hear any conclusions you come up to or any thoughts on this post, so feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.